Are you tired of watching hours of confusing videos by guitar music theory experts on YouTube and still not understanding a darn thing they're on about? Then you need the Songwriting Inspiration app. For only $5, you can organize 6,000 guitar chords into relative major and minor keys and get tons of fresh new ideas for more sophisticated chord progressions and songs. Downloading Song is like downloading music theory straight into your brain. Link is in the description. Hello everybody, Brad the Guitarist here. Got an interesting, different video for you. Just scored this little djembe drum at Goodwill for $7.99. This drum is almost 12 inches high, about a 5¼ inch head. Pretty cool drum. I think it should sound pretty good, but right now it does not, and the reason, it's just a little bit too flubby. It should have a real resonant, punchy sound. Not a flubby blow, 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 blow. What I'm going to do is tune this, and I thought I would take the opportunity here to show you guys how to tune a djembe drum. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, stick around. The djembe comes from West Africa. They're most predominantly made in Senegal and Ghana for the consumer market in the US. Probably also in Europe, I would venture to guess. There were a couple guys when I managed a music store that would come through about once a year or so and sell the things, and they would basically load up their van somewhere on the East Coast, New York or somewhere like that, and they were Senegalese, and they would travel across the country in this van that was just full of djembes and sell them to all the music stores. And really, these usually are pretty cool. There's whole villages that make these things, like for tourists and also, you know, for the export market. You know, cool carvings usually on these things. They'll have like elephants and all sorts of different, you know, carvings on them. A djembe is one piece of wood and it's one piece of string that's tying everything together. So it looks like a lot of strings here, but it's not. It's just one continuously long string. And in order to tune this, we're going to have to change the way that this string is on here. You can see that the string it goes around and then comes up and it ties into this handle. Some have handles, some don't, but they had a lot of string left on this one, obviously, so they tied it into a handle. We're going to need some of this string, so the first thing we're going to want to do to tune it is to untie this. We're going to have to unweave this handle that they've made into this. So first thing we're going to do is find where it terminates, and it terminates right there, so I'm just going to cut that off with some scissors, the little knot that they've put in it. And if all goes to plan, we should be able to get this thing tuned up a little. I just need it tuned up to the point where it's not so flabby. But you can unwind it like that. So what we're going to do is tune this thing up a little bit. So we're going to have to change the way that this is on here. And they've gotten it around once. But we are going to... we're going to push this up. Pushing this up a bit is going to help, first of all, because it's going to force these bits of rope together a little bit more. But you can see that they're twisted, but they're twisted around once. But we're probably going to try to twist them around a couple times. They have these two wrapped around, but when you undo them, they spring out and they become, you know, wider and a lot looser. Now it's really loose. It seems counterproductive to go backwards, but I'm going to try doing this a different way. Okay. So now those strings none of those are twisted in the way that they were. And we're gonna retwist them, but we're gonna do them differently. Let's see, I can twist them around 1, 2 times and go through. And see where that gets us. 1, 2 times. And it was only once before, so by the time we get all the way around, it should be really tight and kind of hard to do. 1, 2, this is definitely getting harder as the whole thing gets tighter. And actually, I'm gonna push this up just a little bit, and that's gonna loosen it to help me get the rope through the rest of these, and then we can push it down to tighten it. This is just one way to do it. I'm just kind of following the pattern they already had set on this drum, but there's other ways you could do it too. You could take like these two and tie these two together, you know, and then these two, and make the pattern different for different drums. You know, maybe that would make more sense, but on this one, you know, it makes sense to just twist it twice like this. I believe that's going to get us probably about where we need to be on it. But the thing about djembes is it's really all about the tuning, and they all go out of tune. They all slacken up over time. I mean, obviously as the heads stretch, and as the, you know, the cord stretches, you know, because they're going to be exposed to probably all kinds of different climates, different temperature and humidity changes, and that's going to affect the drum and the way that it sounds. Okay, now then, now the idea is to push this, well, shit, not scratch it with my fingernails. All right. See how that's better? Definitely better. Okay, so there we go. We still even have a little bit of a handle. It's not a great handle, not like the one that was on there, but still got a little bit of one. But much better sounding drum now. Definitely a much more usable drum. If I wanted to tighten it even further, I could. So another method that you can do to tune this is to do the over 2, back 1 method, which is you go over, we're starting right here, so we go over 1, 2, go around that one, and then we go back 1, like that. So we go over 2, back 1, and then pull down, tighten, and come back around. Okay, so over 2, back 1, pull down and tighten. Same thing all the way around. And now in this case, obviously we're not going to have enough string to do a handle, but that's okay because I mean it's such a little drum anyway. I'm not even worried about a handle. Even on a big drum, I'm not that worried about a handle. But this is going to be a lot even tighter still. But you can see every time I hit it now, it has a ring to it. And that's kind of what you want with a djembe. You want that ring. My name is Mom. So yeah, guys, that's how you tune a djembe. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, hit subscribe down below, and we'll see y'all later.